Hi guys, my name is Honey. Welcome back to Friends Don't Gatekeep. We have another guest today. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi, my name is Izzy Potter.
Oh my gosh. I'm so excited to have you here.
Thank you for having me, honey. This is so cool that we finally get to meet and chat.
Of course. So Izzy, how did you get started in music?
Yeah, honestly, long story short, literally always been writing since I was a kid, singing, but didn't really start taking the songwriting seriously until I started writing in middle school. It wasn't really good, but until high school came around and started writing songs, started taking guitar lessons when I was 10 for a little bit. I took voice lessons. I was theatrically trained for a while, which is like a random side quest that I went on for a second. But yeah, I really started when I was younger. Really got into music even more in middle school and then in high school and pursuing it as a career halfway through high school. Started performing a lot more.
Oh my gosh, I love that. So what would you say, or who would you say are some of your favorite artists that inspire your work, bigger or smaller?
Yeah, definitely love, and I'm very inspired by artists like Maggie Rogers, Stevie Nicks, Noah Kahn, like
Yeah.
those type of artists for sure. But then like kind of sonically, but then lyrically, I'm inspired a lot by those artists, but also by artists like Adrian Lenker or
Hmm.
Bob Dylan,
Yeah.
um, stuff like that also inspires me lyrically. There's and sonically too, but I feel like there's a lot of stuff I listen to, but I've tried to write like in the way that someone else might, and it's just not what comes out, and that's okay. But I've got a lot of influences all over the place.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Um, so you go to Belmont, right?
Yes.
So for me personally, I like am not like really big on college, but if I were to go to college, I would go to either Berkeley College of Music or Belmont. So I wanted to ask you like how was your experience there, and like do you think that's shaped um your music career at all, or like your identity at all?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I've gotten this question before, and it's like my favorite question to answer. Um, really, because when it comes to anything college related, I guess in that vein, I I knew that I was probably gonna go to school, but I wasn't originally gonna go for music, so I totally understand um like what you're saying, and it's nice to actually realize that you want to pursue a career where you could go to school or you don't have to. It's totally up to you. Um, because I was a little like, I don't know for sure if I can do music and believe myself a lot. But anyways, I could yap and yap, but definitely to answer your question, I feel like it's shaped a lot of my musical identity because I feel like before um I wasn't exposed to a lot of different kinds of music. My family's not super musical, so it was mostly just me sort of figuring it out myself. And then getting to Belmont, I was originally writing like very, like, I mean, I'm definitely still within a pop vein for sure, but I was writing like super, um, like acoustic, like Tate McRae before,
Mhm.
before she really blew up. I was writing like very like pop, which was amazing and so much fun, and I still love that. But I think getting to school um, introduced me to a lot of like the folk and singer-songwriter and country and indie rock scenes that I hadn't previously been a part of, and that really shaped and inspired a new sound, a new way of songwriting for me that felt more authentic than what I'd previously known. It's a long answer, sorry.
Oh, oh my gosh, I love that though. And shout out Juniper because that's like one of the best songs. And like
Oh my God.
I love the live performance of that, especially like I remember seeing that and being like I was freaking out. I was like, no way, this exists and I didn't know about this before.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. No, I wrote that song in high school too when I was 16.
Oh my
And
gosh.
it was it was people are always asking like who was the inspo for it or something. I was like literally no one. I was just making up someone who I thought was like cooler than me. I was like, which was the whole point. And we all have that like person who at times we've been jealous of and like want to live
Yeah.
their life maybe for a moment. And I was in a place of that. But yeah, I wrote that then. And I would love to also re-record it one day and add like even more instruments to it, like
Yes.
horns and
Oh
like have
my
a
God.
whole like dance section. I have ideas, so maybe one day, but I still love that song.
Izzy's version. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Juniper, Izzy's version. It was Izzy, but now it's Izzy's version again.
Oh, I
Run it
love
back.
that. Oh my gosh. So what do you hope to say you've accomplished by this time next year?
Ooh, I love that question. Um, because it makes me think about what's to come and setting intentional goals.
Yeah.
Um, I a year from this time next year, that was the question.
Yeah.
I definitely, well, I'll be graduating from school in December, so I will be no longer a student. So I hope a year from now, what I ideally would like to see is an EP be out. I want to be touring in some capacity, whether that's fingers crossed as support for a larger artist who needs support. Take me on tour. I'm so ready. I've been planning shows and getting ready. But whether that be something I kind of put together or on the road with somebody else, I'd like to do some touring, do some college tours. I want to do like a house show tour,
Oh
kind of
my
like the All
gosh.
American Rejects are doing that right now.
Hmm.
And I was having such FOMO. They played in Nashville and I wasn't there, and they played at my friend's house.
Oh my God.
I was like, that was so cool. And I have thought about doing something like that for a little while because another band that I played with a little while back on their tour, RC Drive, they're awesome and they're from
Mm.
my hometown, indie rock band. And when they were starting to get big before they did like their own headline tour, they would do like college tours and they would play house shows with other local bands that were more popular in those areas. And they said they had so much fun, and that was a really great way to sort of build their college audience and community. So doing stuff like that, yeah, playing shows,
Oh,
touring, releasing music, it's the same thing it's always been.
I hope you get an opening slot or even like a headlining, like you blow up like tomorrow and then everyone comes. Like that'll be great.
That would be insane. That is the dream, and maybe a festival in there,
Yes.
level up those performances, get to the next level, take them to the next level of just, yeah, reaching more people, meeting more people.
Yes. Um, so you said you're graduating in December. So
Mhm.
are you planning on staying in Nashville or are you moving back to New York or what's the situation?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay in Nashville. I've got
Yeah.
an apartment there with my roommates that I love, and they're both also artists and writers, and they're my best friends, so it's cool. And my bandmates are all there. My boyfriend's there. Like everybody's there, and
Oh.
I think it's the best place for me to be as a songwriter. But I love coming home. I love New York so much. It really is its own city. And I'm not from this city. I'm from like an hour out. I'm not that cool, but I love Long Island. Nothing beats an East Coast summer. And yeah, it's great being home. And I love coming home when I can. So I'll still try to make it a priority to come home seasonally for sure and play some shows and see my family.
Oh, I hope to come to Nashville like sometime in the future. So if I
Yes.
come, we can sing together, like, you know.
Yes, you better. You literally will know like everybody at the function if you pull up.
Oh my gosh.
We'll be at shows and the people will be like, "Wait, I think I know you." And you'll be like, "Yeah, kind of everywhere,"
Oh my
which
gosh.
is great.
Imagine. Um, so I know you're a certified yoga teacher with 200 hours of experience. How did you get into yoga and like does it help you? Is it therapeutic for you?
Oh my gosh, yes, I tell people that the first love of my life is music and the second is yoga. It has been a lifesaver for me. Yeah, wait, what was the question? Sorry. It was
I was like, do
me
you
be like, wait, I'm getting there. Trying to hurt. Don't
um
remind me. I'm sorry.
do you have like is it therapeutic for you and like how did you get into that?
Right. Yes. Okay. Amazing. Yeah, I got into it. My silence that. I got into it when I was in when I was in high school, my mom has always done, she did hot yoga. Um, and I love hot yoga. I love not hot yoga, but I started going with her when I was 16. She was like, "You're not gonna like it," like blah blah blah, blah. And I was like, "Girl, what?" And I ended up loving it, and um, it was so much fun. And I just loved how powerful it feels to be able to kind of like contort your body in ways that you didn't think you could. And a lot of people are always like, "Oh, yoga, like." I'm not flexible, like I can't do that. But it's not about that. Like yoga really is for everybody, and it is just about moving in a way that feels like good and just I know people get runner's high like after people are done running or lifting or swimming or whatever their sport is or playing that sport, they get that like adrenaline after of like joy from, you know, working out. And I guess I get that from doing yoga, and it really does help practice mindfulness. And I'm somebody that struggles with that. I have ADHD, I have OCD, so I have a really hard time
Mhm.
being grounded and being present. So that just reminds me to slow down, and it feels so good. Like who doesn't love a stretch? Like what?
Oh my gosh, now I want to take a yoga class. What the heck?
It's awesome. It's awesome.
So which of your songs has the most insane story behind it? And can you tell us like what the story is?
Oh my gosh. If I tell you, I'll have to no, I'm kidding. Okay, to make a dad joke real quick. Wow. Um, yeah, I'm thinking about what I have out or what I'm putting out. Um, and sort of, oh, I have a story. It's partially mine and partially somebody else's, so I won't name like names fully, but I don't think she would mind if I shared it.
She's like, Izzy, why did you talk about that? Like, what?
She'll be like, "Girl, I want to." I'm like, no, this is it's my story, but was happening while it was happening. Because I mean, yeah, a lot of my stories behind my songs were inspired by someone or something, or just fictional, like Juniper, or Can't End What Never was about like a situationship I was in as a freshman in college. Just so little things like that, or like the new one actually isn't about anybody. It's just something I wrote based on many experiences with multiple different people.
Mhm.
Um, kind of one conglomerate, but um, when I think about a specific song, I think about Can't End What Never Was. I guess was the most interesting process to write because I was sitting in my dorm my first month at Belmont. I had the tragic singing like songwriting major like situationship with an audio engineering major. Everyone at Belmont would laugh because it is a canon event that cannot be stopped, I fear. And I fell victim to that, and wrote this song about it because we never dated, but we didn't not date. So it's like you can't end whenever what yada yada. Anyway, blah blah blah. I'm sitting in my room. I'm about to write this song, and my two roommates at the time were like, "Yo, you gotta come down to." It's called the bird cage, and it's literally like these are just such niche specific Belmont things, but there's like this thing called the bird cage. It's basically literally like a giant cage, and the sound echoes literally across campus if people play in there, and people will go and like play shows in here like on the middle of campus in this like cage dome
Oh
sort
my
of
gosh.
thing. And My freshman year, people abused that bird cage. They were in there every day playing. I don't know if they still are as much because I don't live on campus, but that was every day. And so my roommate was talking to this guy at the time, and he was playing in the bird cage, and like everybody was going to watch, and I was like, "No, no, I have to write this song. I have this idea." So I sat in my dorm, and everybody went to this like show at the bird cage, and like the guy playing had like sang like the 1975 to her, my like roommate at the time, and like kissed her in front of everyone. It was like
Oh
a whole
my
thing. Everyone was
gosh.
like, "Oh my God." And it like and I remember they came back, and I finished the song. I finished Cam Whenever It Was, and I was like, "Wow, like I feel like so good after getting that out, blah blah." And then everyone came back home was like, "You just missed like the coolest shit of the year," and
Oh
like
my gosh.
showing me all these videos, and I was like, "Are you?" I was so pissed. Now I'm not pissed because a whole other story of that. But at the time, I was having the craziest FOMO, but I wasn't letting myself go outside until I
Mhm.
finished the song, which was like weird. Anyways, that's a really long story. All that being said, I was literally missing like a live reenactment of like High School Musical, Camp Rock. I was writing a sad ass song in my dorm room.
Well, the song was worth it. I feel like it's such a good song.
Thank you.
Of
And now
course.
I look back at that and I'm like, I actually didn't really miss much, but we laugh about that now. It's just such a like a freshman music school thing to have a guy sing at you with a guitar. It's like such a thing.
So how do you feel about social media and its role in the industry these days?
Yeah, I definitely feel like everything that we are posting and the way that we're thinking about making music and marketing music is highly dependent on social media now. I mean, I feel like we don't really know like a life without it because we've grown up with, social media being so in our face.
Hmm.
Um, but I mean, so I don't know any other way because I decided to pursue this career when TikTok was already pretty rampant and like Instagram and everything, but I from hearing from my, mentors or peers or other people in the music industry who have remember what it was like a little bit before TikTok was such a big thing. Like it's definitely people now are writing and producing music kind of maybe with the intention of can this go viral? How will this do online? How can I
Hmm.
market that? And I feel like there's no longevity in stuff like that sometimes, and sometimes there is. And there's a lot of stuff that when something goes viral, it's going viral for a reason. People are enjoying it or it's catchy. I don't know, whatever the reason may be, but I definitely think that there's an over saturation on TikTok and Instagram and all that stuff of music, and there always has been millions of musicians, but now it's all in your face and it's all being fed to you at once, and it can be very daunting and feel like, oh my God, I'm one of these millions of people trying to do the same thing. And I feel like it makes the job a little more overwhelming. And at first you were just a writer, you just had to write your story and your truth and perform it, and now it's about being an artist and also being a full-time social media influencer as well. And it's not about just writing and performing. It's like now you have to be able to market yourself essentially. And I personally don't have a natural, I guess, nag. I don't know if that's the right word. A natural whatever for social media. I'm not naturally like some people are just really good and creative
I
with that
know.
stuff. I feel like I'm not. That's not my forte. I'm definitely an artist and performer, but I struggle, and I know how to like express myself in my fashion or on stage or whatever. I know what I want to see and what I want to give to people, but I don't know necessarily how to translate that to like a cute TikTok video, and that's
Yeah.
like where I think people who do social media stuff come in handy a lot. But yeah, I definitely think there's a lot more now that people have to manage on their plate than just write a good song,
Yeah.
which sucks, but is also cool because it's an opportunity to reach new people every time you put content out. So I don't know. It's a double-edged sword.
Yes, I love that answer. Oh my gosh. Um, so I know you love candles. So what's your favorite scent?
I'm dead. Wait, why do we know this? Have I
I
talked about
just
this?
know. I just know.
I just, you're like, yeah, so Carol, people do everything. Okay. I don't think she would know that, but I'm like, hey girl, I'm dead. That's actually so funny you ask. What's my favorite scent?
Hmm.
Oh my gosh. Anything like actually, let me answer this wisely. Anything like vanilla, but when I say that, people are thinking like vanilla bean cookie crumble. No, 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 no. None of the like sickeningly like nasty sort of vanilla. Like I like literally a candle my boyfriend got me is right over there. It's called cashmere and vanilla,
Hmm.
and it's from Target. I'm like looking at it, I think. But anything that has like sort of like a cashmere and vanilla-y scent, I just really like warm florals and like cozy smells. I also just love lavender too. Big
Hmm.
lavender person. It's funny you mentioned candles. That might be something
And
merchy,
visuals?
something merchy related.
Oh my gosh. Okay. We're getting an Izzy Potter candle or what? Like,
I'm like, everyone stay tuned.
I kind
And
of, I guess it's
the
kind of
crowd
on.
goes mild. I'm like, who wants it?
I want it.
Thanks.
I guess it's kind of on theme with what that guy was saying. In your
Yeah.
close friends, he's like, Harry Potter, is that you?
Oh my God. Yeah, the amount of times I literally started making jokes about that now on stage. I'm like, my name is Izzy Potter, Izzy, Potter like the wizard. I have to do it because then no one will say it to me. But if every time I don't say that, without a doubt, someone always says that to me. And that's also what my dad had to deal with like his whole life.
Oh my
And
gosh,
my mom,
really?
once she married him. Oh yes, Robert
Oh
Potter.
my gosh.
Name. And then my mom, we got my mom. Shout out Jan, love her, but she also had to deal with it. So this is the burden he put on us. But no, I love my name. Proud to rep my wizardly last name.
Yes. Um, so I know you have a song coming out called Guarded, and it's like so good, and I've been loving it. Especially you say that you're not good at TikToks, but you're really good at like singing and like performing. So it's like when you're making a TikTok, all you have to do is just sound good, and you sound amazing. So
Thank you.
of course, so I've been looping the video you posted of Art Guarded, with like when you're playing guitar. So good.
Yeah.
So is there anything you can tell us about the song before it comes out?
Yeah. Well, I kind of already like sort of teased that a little bit before, but with this song, there's gonna be um like a whole new thing of merch I'm working on. That's kind of like gonna come out with that in the summer. And that's in the works and process and stuff, yeah, stuff like that. There's a music video coming out
Oh
for
my
it too.
God.
On Friday. The song's out on Friday, the 30th. So 2 more days. I'm like, oh my gosh. Um, so there'll be a music video coming out that I shot with my friend Penny and Reed, and my friend Griffin is like acting in it as
Oh
my
my
love interest, and
gosh.
he killed that shit. So I'm so excited. So there's a video and some some thingies for sale coming. So I'm
I'm
excited.
excited. So this is kind of a surprise question, but
Okay, ready.
so since Good Guarded is coming out, would you like to play a little bit for us right now?
Oh my gosh, yeah, I totally get it. Oh
Really?
my God. Yeah, wait, yeah, wait, yeah. That's actually so funny. that you asked that. 'Cause my guitar is literally right here in the tuning for that because before this call I was making TikToks.
Oh my gosh, perfect.
So funny you ask. I've actually been ready.
You're
Um,
prepared. You're like, oh, I'm ready to sing for this.
but I literally was like I was like real quick while my makeup's done, like I'm gonna get a quick video.
So
Um,
smart.
wait, I'm dead. I'm like in a seat.
I can't wait to be serenaded. Oh my gosh, guys.
Okay, well, I hope that the quality doesn't suck.
No, it
Hopefully.
sounds great.
Okay. Yay. Okay, well, this is guarded. Yay.
Yeah.
Yay. Walked home in the cold from your apartment, nose red running in the midnight wind. Cursed myself for not wearing a jacket and cursed you for never even offering. You answered the door, hair still dripping, found the straps of my tank top slipping. Cursed myself after for feeling alone, cursed you for not even walking me home. Could I really have been just anyone? Tell myself it was only a little fun. And I know what I got myself into, but I never intended to want more of you. Yeah, it's my fault, isn't it? Guess it's my fault, isn't it? You're not the story I made up in my mind. Guess that's my fault, I do it every time. Never pretended to be different. You never tried to plead innocent. You came and knew what you wanted. I let down my walls, but you stayed guarded. You stayed guarded. You stayed guarded. You stayed guarded. Sitting on the floor of my my shower, wash away thoughts of you for the hour. Every drop like your lips on my skin, cursing myself for ever letting you in. Hate that I'm still living in the history of a memory. No, I agreed to be okay with this. Tell myself you're not something to miss. But it's an unspoken contract signed by your parent, lack of respect. And though I held your attention for a moment, kept me in your view, but never quite in focus. Those damn harmonics. Oh. Yeah, it's my fault, isn't it? Yeah, it's my fault, isn't it? You're not the story I made up in my mind. Yeah, it's my fault, I do it every time. Never pretended to be different. You never tried to play innocent. You came and knew what you wanted. I let down my walls, but you stay guarded. You stay guarded. You stay guarded. You stay guarded. And I've never been the chill girl, the casual kind. You will live on in the back of my mind. You carried on without a care, but I stayed there. I stayed there. I stayed there while you stayed guarded. Yeah, you stayed guarded. Yeah, you stayed guarded. Yeah, you stayed guarded.
Oh my gosh, that was so good. Oh my gosh, I love that bridge so much. Like I literally know the whole thing. I was singing along. If you watch
Oh my
this
gosh. I know
backwards,
I saw, I was like, oh my God.
I love that song. Your voice is like so addicting. I feel like your voice is so dynamic, and it's like there's like so many like I don't know. It's so
Oh my
good.
God. Thank you.
Of
Thank you so
course,
much.
I love it so much. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Um.
Thank
So,
you.
of course,
You're getting me like blushing, kicking my feet.
I can't wait for the song to be out. Oh my gosh. Um. But can you tell us about your Spotlight Paramount stage gig in Huntington?
Oh, yeah. That was super great. It was super chill. I played actually my like literally my first or second gig, I think it was my second gig like ever was there. So it was really like cool. I hadn't been back in like 4 years. So at least to perform. I've been to the Paramount. It's an incredible venue. The Paramount itself is a dream venue of mine to play here in my hometown. It's like 1,500 people, so it's a big boy. One day maybe. And the Spotlight is the smaller stage of their bar restaurant that's attached. But the first time I ever played, I did get to play on stage. It was really cool. My friends and family came out. It was really fun. But um, this time was a little bit different. It wasn't on like the stage. It was on like it was just like in the restaurant.
Mhm.
And it's always such a great vibe whenever I play there. The staff is so kind. The sound is great. And the drinks and food are good. But unfortunately, it was storming when I played.
Oh,
So even though it was inside, um, it wasn't like a crazy crowd at the restaurant because it's just open to the public. I mean, if it was me, I want to be in bed with my book. It was really storming. Like I totally. So I'm singing. I'm like, who wants to hear? Oh, buddy. No, I'm kidding. But no, my mom's friends came out, and they were real ones for that. So I
oh,
appreciated that, and my boyfriend was there too, visiting. So it was cool. Had
oh,
everybody that was supposed to be there, and it was awesome.
I love that. So, Izzy, can you tell me what is your favorite show or movie right now, or like of all time even?
Oh my gosh, Outlander.
Oh my
No
gosh,
hesitation.
I've
No
never
hesitation.
watched.
Oh my gosh. It is the best show, best book series. I haven't read, only read the first book. It was amazing. It's thick. It's a lot. It's a lot of books. I'm a big reader. But I fear I watch the show first, and sometimes if I watch a show or movie before, sometimes I don't read the book. But if I always read the books, I'll always watch the movie or show. But yes, so I started watching Outlander like my mom was watching it and I sat in on like a few episodes and was like, this is so good. So then I started watching it, and absolutely fell in love with the characters, the cast, the just oh my gosh, I can't even articulate.
Oh my
I
gosh.
I am literally gonna make an edit of Outlander to my song. You're just kidding. I just had an idea. Always trying to think of those damn edits. Outlander, 100%. It is literally my comfort show. I've rewatched it probably 5 times. I love the books. I love the show. I'm going to Scotland this summer, where where the series is supposed to take place, and it's just oh my gosh, it's so good. It's about a woman from she's a World War II combat nurse. I believe it's World War II. Is it World War One? I don't remember. I should probably know that, but she's a nurse. Some world war is going down. It's definitely World War II. Um, but anyways, she and her husband were separated because he was fighting and she was a nurse, and then they were able to, be reunited, and they decided to go on their second honeymoon to kind of, they had been apart for a long time, so they took a honeymoon trip to Scotland, and basically she's out collecting herbs and stuff because she's a healer, a nurse, and she touches these stones, and the stones circle at Craignadoon.
Oh my gosh.
Travels through the stones back to the 1700s, Highland, Scotland. She meets James Alexander Malcolm Mackenzie Fraser.
Oh.
Full, the love of my life. Sorry, Sam. Actually, the actor's name is Sam Hewen, which is funny. It's my boyfriend's name is Sam. Yeah, literally, yeah. I just dropped it all right there. But just to decide she wants to go back to the future or stay in the past, and it's like a whole love thing. 'Cause she has her husband, but she also is falling in love with a Highlander. Oh my god! And Jamie is just the dream man.
Oh my gosh.
So
Wait, that's a show or a movie?
it's a show. It's a series. I believe most of it's on Netflix now, but it's on Stars. What's the app?
Ooh. So, what would you say is your favorite movie right now?
Mm,
Or of all time, either.
I don't have a favorite movie of all time. I feel like I mean that for a long time. I mean I have I mean okay, let me answer this question. I have many. My brain is thinking faster than my mouth can keep up. I have multiple favorites. I don't have like a single favorite. I love oh my goodness. Like Catch Me If You Can,
Mhm.
Shutter Island. I love those two Leonardo DiCaprio movies. I love Titanic. Let's toss in a third. I just love Titanic, period. Kate Winslet, my queen. I love Dead Poets Society is a great movie. I mean, there's so many. Coraline is one of my favorite
Ooh.
movies.
Mhm.
Little Women, definitely one of my
Yes.
favorite movies. I've seen all the versions, but I do fear that the Timothy Chalamet
Yeah.
Florence version is my
Yeah,
favorite.
yeah.
Um, yeah, those. I mean, yeah. But my favorite movie I've actually seen recently, if I'm going like kind of recently,
Mhm.
which this was still like this was a couple of months ago, but I saw We Live in Time.
Ooh, I've
Um,
never heard of that.
it was I don't. It's not still in theaters anymore. I don't think that would be impressive. That would be a long. I saw it with my roommate and a friend of ours, and um oh god, it's so sad, but it's so beautiful. It's Florence Pugh is in it. I love her. She's an incredible actress, and Andrew Garfield is in it. If you're a Spider-Man fan, and it's just about their love and their relationship. It's not like a spoiler. She's diagnosed with cancer, and she's like a chef that's trying to enter this like competition, and it's just about their love story, and um, it was just such a beautiful movie, and it was so sad. It was so good. It was
Oh
so
my
good.
gosh.
So I highly recommend that. I'm sure it's probably available for streaming on some platform now.
Ooh, I'm gonna look it up after this. That sounds so
It
good.
was really good.
Um, so since our podcast is all about discouraging the gatekeeping of small artists, Which of your friends in the music industry do you think people should be listening to right now?
Mm, literally everyone. Okay, I love this question. I want to name, there's so many people I want to name. Oh my gosh. Okay. Like literally,
There's two questions similar like this, so you can name as many as you want within two questions. So don't
okay,
worry.
period. Like, who should people be listening to? I'm gonna be shouting out both of my best friends and roommates who are about to be putting out new music in the next few months. That's their best work, in my personal opinion, ever, and I'm sure that they would agree. They're really proud of what they're doing. Taylor Davidson and Ellie Sheva Desser.
Hmm.
Um, they're amazing singer-songwriters. Um, Other people that I think are incredible that I would, say you should absolutely be listening to is Bridie Costello.
Oh my gosh, love.
Um, she's awesome. Connell Cafferty.
Yes, my king.
Yeah. Um, I mean, there's so many people that are so incredible. Bo Stallo,
Hmm.
Emma Ogier.
Yes.
She's great. Hannah Eade. I mean, there's so many people that I love. Journey, Tupper.
Oh my God, I love Journey so much.
Yeah, no, there's so many great people um, that are just in my circle. And also, I mean, I just saw a friend of mine, Eliza Harrison Smith. She's
Hmm.
awesome. I saw her last night in the city. Shout out to her. Um, any of those people, if you're into folk, singer, songwriter, there's some indie rock influence in there. There's another local band, McKay in Nashville, that's really great. A lot pretty similar, like kind of like little Pine Grove-esque, if people are into that. Ed Chill, another band that's awesome. Chris is the lead singer. He's so nice. Great voice. A lot of different stuff. All really cool.
I love lyrics. Um, so is Best Wishes ever coming out?
Wait, where are you finding this? What kind of deep dive did you do? I'm scared.
Is it coming out or what? Like I'm really.
Hell no. I'm actually so dead right now. Where is that? Definitely on like my YouTube from like my talent show. Be like,
No, no.
wishes. Fun fact about that song, I wanted to be like unique and call it like I didn't want to call it Best Wishes in English, so I literally like looked up Best Wishes in French, and I don't even know how to like pronounce it. It's like I'm sorry, my French friends. I'm gonna really fuck this up. Meilleur I don't even know how to. I'm not even saying it right, but like I literally I was like, this is gonna be different. And people were like, what does that mean? How do you pronounce it? And I couldn't even pronounce it. And I was like, it means French. And my mom was like, is there anywhere in the song where you're even saying anything in French? And I was like, no. And she was like, what the hell are you doing? And I was like, Queen, you're so right. So I had to change it to best wishes.
No, but you're
But
being unique.
okay, wait, I literally did. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'm like literally it's I'm not even gonna try, but that's the phrase, and I
Oh
was like, yes,
my
I'm
gosh.
going to name this song that. No, but anyways, I forgot about that song. Maybe I always like to take a look at songs that I never released, excuse me, and or wrote a long time ago and listen to them again and maybe revise them or change them a little bit to see maybe if it still resonates now. So maybe I'll look back into it, but as of right now, there are no plans to release
Okay.
it.
I have a question. So, does anyone in your family speak French at all, or was it just like random? No?
Like literally no. Like literally no.
You just like were just you just woke up one day and was just like a French. I need French.
I was in eighth grade and was like, let me do something monumental. Literally, there's no reason. No one speaks French. I took Spanish for like 7 years.
Oh
No
my
one
gosh.
speaks French here. No one is French. And I was like, "Ugh, I'm gonna name this song like what? And then there was one point at the end of it, I think there's got to be some recording out there where I'm
Mhm.
like trying to sing like May of like that's I don't even know if that's how you pronounce it, but I was trying to sing. Wait, I really want to know how to pronounce this. Um, I was literally, I'm like, wait a sec. I'm like, wait a sec.
Meilleur vœu.
Meilleur vous. Okay,
Oh, okay.
vous?
Meilleur vœu.
Meilleur,
Mievu.
meilleur vous. And I was literally singing. I was like, meilleur vous, meilleur vous. And everyone was like, what the hell are you saying? And I was like, I'm singing best wishes in French. And they were like, yeah, I literally just thought it would be like different. And like,
And it was. It was.
and it was definitely different. Everyone at the talent show was like, okay. So then I did change it back to best wishes. I was like, girl, you need to stop going on Pinterest and go do something.
I think and
It was so random.
I think the French version should be released, and actually not Best Wishes anymore. The French version should be released.
You're right. Okay, mayo. I can't. I'm like mayo. That's what it sounds like I'm saying. I'm sorry, everybody. I cannot speak French. Where's Timothy Chalamet? Let's get him to sing that with me because he can speak French.
Perfect.
Right?
Let's do it.
Yeah. Chalamet.
We'll have him on the podcast, and I'll tell him about you.
Perfect. And I'll be like, hey, Timothy, I was thinking we could do like a little Bob Joan rendition of my
Mm.
song, in character, and you can sing the French parts that
Wow,
don't exist.
love it. So have you seen the Ice Bucket Challenge on Instagram?
I mean, yeah, I mean, hell, I did that back in fourth grade when it was like predominantly to promote um ALS awareness.
Hmm.
Um, but now it's still for that, but aren't people doing it for mental health
Yeah.
purposes?
Wait, did you
I'm
do
not
it?
actually super familiar with I've been seeing the resurgence, but I haven't really looked a lot into it. Um, yeah,
Did you do it this time around?
I did not.
Okay.
ALS. Okay. I'm like wanting to make sure I'm like ALS. Because
So
everybody would always be saying ASL. I'm like, no, baby, that's the sign language. Like,
yeah, man. So here's your opportunity to do the Ice Bucket Challenge. So in the Ice
are
Bucket
you
Challenge,
nominating people to do the ice bucket
w-
challenge? I'm
we'll see.
dead.
Watch. So basically, for the Ice Bucket Challenge, um, on Instagram, you would nominate 3 or 5 of your friends to do the Ice Bucket Challenge. So for our podcast, we wanted to ask you, could you nominate 3 of your friends or artists in general that you think should come and be interviewed by us next?
Okay, so they don't have to do the ice bucket.
No, I mean unless you want to,
But they could.
you
But
could,
they could.
but they could.
Oh
Maybe
my
we should
gosh.
do that. We should start. That should be our next
I feel like
question.
Tyson, if you do want to do the podcast, you do need to get in that cold water, girl. Um, yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. Three artists that I absolutely adore that I'd recommend to do this um would be right off the top of my head, I think of Aubrey Bug.
Love bug.
Yes, I Aubrey Bug, love that bug. Um, Aubrey Bug, I would think of I'm trying to think of like guys and girls because kind of by default I feel like I'm friends with a lot more female singer-songwriters, which is awesome, but I'm also like let me think. Aubrey, um if you could get a hold of him, Jake Minch.
Oh my gosh, I would love to interview Jake Finch, please.
Right now, Hope DeLuca. And then I was gonna nominate Journey. I know I just said like three people, but I'm gonna
I
nominate
love
Journey
Hope
too.
and
I mean,
Journey. Yep.
I don't
We're
know.
interviewing her next week.
Okay, I was gonna say I don't know if you already were because I saw she was following y'all, so I'm like, but okay. I'm then if she's getting interviewed, I'm gonna replace her with. I'm like, and she's actually out. I'm gonna replace her with with. Oh my God, there's so many people. I literally can't. With
You can look on your phone. You can do whatever you
Joy
want.
Hotchkiss.
I love Joy so much. Oh my gosh.
It's really
Yes.
sweet. I'm like, let me think. I'm like, okay. I was like, let me think about that. Or, oh my gosh, no, there's too many people. I
No,
have
you
to
could do
stop.
5. You could do
I'm
10.
like, you like, so actually nominate everyone. Well, I just love spitting ideas. Gracie Huffman, and
Mhm.
her sister, Lighthearted, the duo,
Yes.
very
Yeah.
cute, twin sister folk duo, awesome. Um, yeah, there's so many people that I could name. I will stop myself.
They're gonna be like, Izzy, why didn't you nominate me, bro?
Hey guys, actually, I have like yeah, there's so many. I have a band that no, I have to stop. If you're, I know you're interviewing like a lot of like singer-songwriter type artists, but this is like a indie rock, like more like a little more hardcore rock band based out of New York, but they're really good. Called Samsara. That's my friend
Ooh,
Ben who plays drums for me. That's his band. Um, Super cool, really, really fun, energetic live type of mosh pit type thing. So I always like to shout them out too. They're great.
yay, I love it.
Yeah.
So do you have any final thoughts before we say bye?
I'm like, I don't think so. Guarded. It's coming out. I'm excited.
Yay!
Would absolutely appreciate so much if, if yearning and, you know, mentally suffering at the hands of a mediocre male speaks to you as a go listen to Guarded. It's for you. It's for me. It's for us.
Ooh, I love it. Okay, we'll all be streaming Guarded, and Guarded is out right now, so you can go watch it. And I mean, not watch it. You could watch it too.
Yeah,
You can
yep,
watch it too.
yeah. The music video is out, the song
Yes.
is out, and yeah, it would mean the world if you gave it a couple of minutes of your time. Check it
Yeah.
out.
So go listen to it right now. And also, any of Izzy's links will be in the description below. So make sure you follow her and listen to all of her music. Um, but I just want to say thank you for joining us, Izzy. We literally love you so much, and we're so excited for your new
I
music.
love you, honey. Thank you so much for having me. It's been such a pleasure to talk to you.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay, bye, guys.
Do we say bye?